Don't Talk About Sarah, written by Anonymous. I've always wanted a little sister. I would beg my parents, please, please. They'd just roll their eyes at me and tell me that it wasn't as simple as I thought. That didn't stop me from mentioning it every chance that I got. When they brought Sarah home, it was the greatest day of my life. I had someone to share my toys with and to play with. But she cried a lot at first. Whenever I asked Mom or Dad about it, they just tell me she wasn't used to us. That when she was, that she wouldn't cry as much. But sometimes she'd cry so loud that Daddy would have to take her to the basement where it's soundproof so the neighbors wouldn't complain. And whenever I'd have a nightmare, I'd go to Mommy and Daddy's bedroom where Sarah had to sleep, and their door would be locked. And whenever I asked them about that, they just said there just wasn't enough room on their bed. But I knew better. But I was patient. I knew someday the bed in my room, the one with the bars, was going to be hers. Soon she had to be in the playroom with me. Mom and Dad told me not to give her anything too small or too sharp that she could hurt herself with. Oh, and I didn't care. I would sit behind her and brush her hair and tell her she was the best little sister in the world. But she had a really weird habit. Whenever I'd be drawing, she'd go over to the windows and start hitting them. Say, hey, hey! School started back up at my elementary school, and I got to go, but Sarah couldn't. Mom said she wasn't ready, and when she was, she could go. Every day I'd come home from school and I'd tell her all the things I'd learned, and then we'd play. But she didn't really seem to care. Then came the really bad day. I got home from school and Mom was at the dining table smoking a cigarette. I went to go find Sarah, but I couldn't find her. So when I asked Mom about it, she started crying. She told me Sarah wasn't there, that she was gone. I didn't completely understand, so I started crying too. I said, but then we gotta find her. We gotta find her. Mom told me she was somewhere where we can't go. After that, we weren't allowed to talk about Sarah. I'd tell Mom how mean it was that we didn't talk about her, and Mom said it was for the best. But I saw Sarah again. Mom wanted me with her when she ran errands, and we were looking for curtains for my room, and she forgot to mail something, so we were at the post office. And as she was talking to the lady across the counter, I was looking at the posters on the wall. There was one about spaceships, there was another one about kitties, and there she was, Sarah. But they got her name wrong. They said her name was Shannon. I went over to Mom and I said, look, Sarah, it's Sarah. But she kept trying to talk over me. She was apologizing to the lady over the counter. But I had to be louder, so I was, Sarah, look, Sarah. She started pulling me out of the post office, but I kept going, Sarah, Sarah. Finally, outside the post office, she smacked me and told me that may have looked like Sarah, but it wasn't Sarah, and never to talk about her again. And I didn't, till now.